Oh, what's going on, guys? HK Titan here with a brand new video for you guys. But first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So in today's video, I have something new planned for you guys, and I'm going to be showing you guys how to get the Vengeful Sun-God. On top of that, I'll also show you guys how to get the Vengeful Adora along with it, and just as a little bit of an added bonus, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to get the Achievement Kalima. Now, what the Achievement Kalima is of course getting 10 levels for Adora in one round, which might sound harder than it actually is. It's actually super easy to go ahead and get that done. So guys, before we jump too far into the actual guide itself, I did want to go ahead and cover one thing really quick, and that's the fact that you guys are going to need a little bit of monkey knowledge unlocked in order to actually be able to summon the Vengeful Sun-God. So the magic monkey, or the monkey knowledge that you guys are going to need is going to be under the magic knowledge tree, and the monkey knowledge point is called There Can Be Only One. As you guys can see right here on the screen, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what it's going to look like, and then as long as you guys have that monkey knowledge point unlocked, you guys will be able to summon the Vengeful Sun-God. So next thing that I want to cover with you guys is when you guys can get the Vengeful Sun-God and when you guys can't get the Vengeful Sun-God. So right off the bat, you guys can get the Vengeful Sun-God in pretty much every single game mode except for Chimps mode. You guys cannot summon the Vengeful Sun-God in Chimps mode because of course you guys do not have the monkey knowledge points available to you, and you guys cannot get the Vengeful Sun-God in Sandbox mode. So I'm not sure why you guys can't summon the Vengeful Sun-God while you're in Sandbox mode, because it takes everything else into account, but for some reason the Sandbox mode is just one of those modes where you guys can't summon the Vengeful Sun-God. Now there is another mode that you guys can actually get the Vengeful Sun-God in, and that is going to be under the challenge editor. So if you guys would like to experiment a little bit with the Vengeful Sun-God, go to like super high rounds or any of that fun stuff, you guys can go ahead and pull up the challenge editor at any given point in time and just give yourself enough money to do so, and you guys will be able to summon the Vengeful Sun-God in there. Now again, the only game modes that you guys cannot summon the Vengeful Sun-God in is of course going to be Chimps mode and the Sandbox mode. So now that we went ahead and covered that, let's go ahead and talk to you guys a little bit about what I'm doing in the actual guide itself. So for the guide itself, I ended up going with the easy standard mode on Monkey Meadow. Now this isn't like the ideal map to get the Vengeful Sun-God on or anything crazy like that. I just wanted like a very standard map to go ahead and show you guys how I personally do it. And what I usually start off with is I start off with a Ninja Monkey on easy mode. So with the Ninja Monkey, you can go ahead and upgrade him all the way up to double shot, and then once you get him upgraded to double shot, at that point in time we're just gonna go ahead and farm. So what I ended up doing is I ended up going for like 6 farms before I ended up grabbing my alchemist. The main thing that you guys need to remember is that you guys need to have an alchemist to buff your Ninja Monkey before round 28. After round 28, the next thing that you guys can go ahead and do is you guys can go ahead and grab a bunch more farms. And then following that, I do recommend upgrading your alchemist up to a stronger stimulant before round 40. So along with the Ninja Monkey and the Alchemist, I did end up grabbing myself a Super Monkey. The reason why I ended up grabbing myself a Super Monkey is just because I know we're going to be going for the Vengeful Sun-God, so I want to go ahead and give ourselves a little bit of extra popping power, especially since we're not going to be placing down our hero until like late game. And I'll go ahead and cover why I am not placing down my hero until like late game once we actually get there. So as far as the banana farms, the reason why I want to go ahead and grab a little bit of banana farms before round 40 is because I want to go ahead and make sure that we would not struggle with money at any point in time throughout this entire time while we're trying to get the Vengeful Sun-God. As far as like what paths I'm going for with the banana farms, the first thing I did is I placed down a bunch of banana farms. Let me see, I'm not exactly sure how many I have placed down, but I just placed a bunch of 000 banana farms down, and then from that point I just ended up upgrading all of them to a 200, and then once I had them all upgraded to a 200, at that point I ended up upgrading them to Banana Plantation with the middle pathway as well. Now, is this the most effective way to go ahead and get yourself the Vengeful Sun-God? It isn't, but it is the easiest because you guys just need to go ahead and place down a couple of banana farmers. You guys don't need to worry about microing any banks. The next easiest would definitely be going with the bottom path. The only reason why I personally don't like going for the bottom path is because once you get to the late game, it kind of falls off really hard. So in order to make things a little bit easier on myself, I always end up going for the top path if I'm going to be going for the Vengeful Sun-God. Now, at this point in time, I do have a Super Monkey upgrade to a 3-2-0 down. The main reason why I grabbed that Super Monkey is because I didn't want to struggle at all with dealing with the lead balloons. On top of that, I ended up grabbing a Dragon's Breath Wizard Monkey because on round 59, we were going to be dealing with a little bit of camo lead balloons. And the fact that we had the Dragon's Breath Wizard Monkey, we pretty much guaranteed that we weren't going to struggle with that round at all. So now we are on round 63, and as you guys are seeing, we are just pumping out all of these banana research facilities. And now at this current point in time, it's just about farming up a bunch of cash. The reason why I went with the Super Monkey here is, again, because I know we're going to be going for the Vengeful Sun-God, and he does add quite a bit of popping power. On top of that, when you upgrade him to the middle pathway, he does get a little bit of extra pierce, and he does get a pretty big range buff. So while we're getting all of these banana research facilities up and running, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If at any point in time you guys find this video enjoyable, please feel free to hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content, and every once in a while I dabble in a couple of different games as well. So right now, what I am doing, I am going to go ahead and grab myself a Spectre. The reason why I like to go for a Spectre here is just because I'm going to be upgrading him to the Flying Fortress, because that's actually going to contribute to us getting the Kalima achievement. So let's go ahead and speed things up just a little bit here to go ahead and kill a bunch of time, because the only thing that we're doing is we're saving up a little bit of cash. Alright, now that we have the money, we're going to go ahead and upgrade our Monkey Ace up to the Flying Fortress. The reason why I like to go for the Flying Fortress is once we get the Flying Fortress, we're pretty much good to go all the way up until round 100. We don't need to worry about having any additional towers, because the Flying Fortress by himself is more than enough popping power to go ahead and deal with all these upcoming rounds. Now, one thing that I like to do, you guys don't have to do it, is I end up going for all of the tier 5 banana farms. And then I go ahead and grab myself a Monkey-nomics, because the Monkey-nomics does have a pretty sweet ability where it can go ahead and give you $10,000 every time its ability gets off of cooldown. Now, it is a little bit on the expensive side. That's why I said you guys don't have to go for it. But if you guys are planning to go for a hyper late game, I do recommend going with at least one of every tier 5 banana farm. Alright guys, now it's time for the fun stuff, and that's actually the sacrifices for the Sun Temple. So because I'm going to be going for the strong version of the Vengeful Sun-God, I'm only going to sacrifice the towers that I need for that version. So the sacrifices I need are going to be the primary towers, the military towers, and we're going to need the magic towers as well. Now they'll go ahead and cover what the difference is once we get done with this. So the towers that I ended up choosing was I ended up going for the bottom path of Boomerang. I went with the Crossbow Master. I went with the MAD, as well as I'm going to be going for the Wizard Lord Phoenix, and I will grab the Grandmaster Ninja. Again, I do know it's a little bit overkill, but I mean, I really don't want to lose, and I want to make sure that I get this first try. So I always end up spending a little bit more money than I actually need. Now, there is a way to go ahead and maximize your money to go ahead and get the Vengeful Sun-God at a sooner time, and that is to go for the Permabrew, the bottom path Boomerang Monkey, and the MAD to start, and you guys will have more than enough sacrifices for the Sun Temple. So now that we have the Sun Temple sacrificed, now things get a little bit interesting, because now we're only relying on our Flying Fortress to get all of the pops. Because if you guys were paying attention, I ended up going for the middle path Sun Temple opposed to the bottom path. So at this current point in time, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to grab myself a Monkey Village. I'm going to upgrade it all the way to the MIB, just to make sure that our Sun Temple can go ahead and pop camo balloons and pretty much deal with any type of balloons as well. So now that we have all of this, the next thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going extremely overboard on prices here. Again, you guys don't need to sacrifice this much. The only reason why I always sacrifice more than I need is just in case any balloons end up slipping past our Flying Fortress. As long as I have all of these extra towers as like a bonus, we should have more than enough popping power to go ahead and make it past all of these next few rounds. Alright, again, I'm going to be going with the MAD here. The reason why I went with the MAD is because it is the $50,000 $5 mark, and it's a pretty good tower on top of that. I also ended up going with the top path druid because of the price, and I also ended up going with the top path spike factory. Again, I know it's a little bit overkill, but I just like it for the popping power. So there we go. Now that we have the boomerang monkey, I am going to go ahead and grab a glaive lord because I was a little bit hesitant about the price. So I ended up making sure that we had more than enough. Now this is where the Kali Ma achievement comes into play. So now we are on round 96. Now I'm just placing down our Adora. The only thing that I'm going to be waiting on is I'm going to be waiting for our Adora to hit level 7. So while we're waiting for our Adora to go ahead and hit level 7, I'm going to go ahead and save up for the Legend of the Night and the anti-balloon gunner. Now you guys do need to have the Legend of the Night and the anti-balloon gunner out of range of the temple itself, because if it's in range it will not work and you guys will not get the Vengeful Sun-God. But if you guys have the Legend of the Night and the anti-balloon gunner out of the Sun Temple's range, then you guys will most certainly be able to get the Vengeful Sun-God. So there we go, guys. Our Adora is now level 7. So we're going to go ahead and blood sacrifice our Flying Fortress to the Adora to go ahead and make her level 20. Now, we need Adora to be level 20 to go ahead and get the Vengeful Adora form. If she's not level 20, unfortunately, you guys will not be able to get the Vengeful Adora. So again, the only reason why I got the Flying Fortress to start with was because of this, and because it's kind of a good tower to go ahead and carry us for a couple of rounds. Now at this current point in time, we have everything that we need to go ahead and sacrifice for the Vengeful Sun-God. We have the Legend of the Night, and we have the anti-balloon gunner. Again, both of them are out of range of our Sun Temple. Just make sure that that those towers are out of range. You guys can have the Legend of the Night within range, then just teleport him out when you guys get ready to sacrifice. Just again, make sure he is out of range of the Sun Temple, otherwise the sacrifice will not work. Alright, so here we are. We have $200,000 at this current point in time. And then this is pretty much all we need to do here, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and speed things up just a little bit. So while we're speeding through these in the next couple of rounds, I did want to go ahead and make sure that you guys knew. Do not forget that your Vengeful Sun-God cannot see Camo Balloons if you guys upgrade him to the middle pathway. So here we are, round 114. We're gonna go ahead and slow things back down, and now that we're ready to upgrade to the Vengeful Sun-God, let's go ahead and get our sacrifices. So there we go, guys, and now we have the true Sun-God, and now everything is being sacrificed for the Vengeful Sun-God. And there we go, guys. We officially have the Vengeful Adora and the Vengeful Sun-God alongside each other. Again, guys, the reason why I went ahead and went a little bit overboard on the cash is because, again, we need to make sure that we have a monkey village. Because if we do not have a monkey village, as you guys may or may not have just saw, the DDT balloon was about to just go ahead and slide straight through. But luckily, I did end up grabbing a village before it ended up making it too far. And there we go, guys. Now we have everything set up and good to go. That is officially how you get the Vengeful Sun-God. So at this current point in time, what I generally like to do is I like to grab a perma brew. I'll throw it on our Vengeful Sun-God and Vengeful Adora. And then I'm going to go ahead and grab myself an Ultra Boost as well. And this is a great start to any high round that you guys are going for. Another really good hero, if you guys don't want to use the Adora, would be Zilly. Now, if you guys used Zilly, I would recommend getting her at a much earlier round than we got Adora. Again, the only reason why I went ahead and waited so long to place down Adora is because I wanted to show you guys how to get the Kali Ma achievement. But anyways, guys, now as far as the sacrifices themselves. So if you guys, when you guys are upgrading to the tier 4 version of the Super Monkey, aka the Sun Temple, if you guys place down a support tower like an engineer, a spike factory, a village, or a banana farm, you do run the risk of getting your Vengeful Sun-God turned into a support version. Now the support version is kind of good because it does get a little bit of extra range. It does decrease the price of all towers. It also does increase the popping power of all the towers as well, but in my personal opinion, it's definitely better to go with the stronger version of the Vengeful Sun-God. But anyways, guys, there we have it. If you guys enjoyed, please feel free to hit that like button. Also, if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload quite a bit of Bloons Tower Defense 6 content. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives, and I will see you guys in the next one.